Why, good evening, you beautiful souls. Welcome to another Wednesday Satsang. I hope you're having a great day thus far. And we're going to peel back those layers of being. The most important thing to recognize about this Satsang and meditation is relaxation, calm. I really recommend you try to approach this sit down as if you're going to sleep. If you're lying down, be extra careful that you don't actually drift into sleep. But most importantly, allow yourself to just kind of shake out any energy and tensions of the day. Get loose. And I lovingly invite you into the space of the heart, to this offering of deep relaxation, of peeling back those layers, those tensions, the temporary happenings that cover up the innate peace, calm, and love that we are. When you hear the first 3 taps of the singing bowl, take a nice deep breath in when you hear the bell ringing. And with your exhale, release a powerful and mighty Om. Allow the jaw to lower itself as much as you can, and allow that A note to resonate as if a sigh of relief is leaving the body. As you close the mouth, the U and the M will form naturally. Give yourself the opportunity to focus on the 4th note, the silence after the Om is chanted. As you sink deeper and deeper into the pureness of your own being, allow the innate and divine happenings to arise across your window of awareness. Do not be attached to anything that happens. Simply lay witness to it, as if you're watching the divine film your experience is in that movie theater of the mind. Take deep breaths. Allow yourself to consciously release the tension with every exhale. Let go of the tensions of the day, the happenings. Give your full attention, your full focus to the present moment unfolding. That slice of now, that eternal moment you only exist in. When you hear this final tap of the singing bowl, again, shift your attention fully to that sound as it rings. And simply focus on that ringing until it fades into the silence. And allow that quiet, that space, that emptiness to be your focus. Relaxation is simply allowing everything to arise naturally, undisturbed, indifferently. Allowing the clouds and temporary nature of the mind to operate as it is, like the wind, coming and going. The same too goes for emotions and physical sensations and urges, for all is changing in this state of matter. Take a deep breath here, consciously focusing on the vision of your own body. Take a moment and a few breaths to simply envision yourself. If you have difficulties with this, envision your outline first, then fill in the details with the mind's eye and your imagination again, just as you did when you were a child. Come to the conscious recognition that you yourself can manipulate, can control the energy that is this human experience within your own body, your vehicle. So as you take a deep breath and envision your own body itself, begin to see a golden light radiating from your skin and engulfing the body. As you take a deep breath in, as if filling up a tank of water from the bottom up. Allow yourself to breathe from the tips of the toes, all the way up the foot, the shin, the legs, through the torso, the hands, the arms, the neck, and the head. And continue to breathe these breaths of vitality. As you exhale, any tension causing you to feel heavy, any energy blockages will be released. And as you continue to take these deep breaths, filling up yourself from the tips of the toes to the crown of your skull, envision that golden light radiating around and from your body, glowing brighter and brighter with every breath. Continue to take deep breaths here. As you begin to radiate so bright that you can't even see your form anymore, it is just that silhouette, that bodily image of light. As you breathe, note that this love, this energy will radiate and grow stronger and brighter. But bring your attention back to that stillness. Now that you yourself have forcibly cleared away the clouds through the radiant light that is your own love, bask and marinate in your own beingness. It's here we come to the realization and the recognition fully that everything within this experience is observed. From this point of witnessing, from this window of awareness we know as self. But the nature to our beingness cannot be defined. And the witnessing that we do get to experience is but the aroma of this candle of love in which we are. That is the beautiful happening of this dance of life, this great mystery, is that we only come to experience ourselves through our own witnessing. And the lesser words and expressions are but a speck of the great painting that this experience is, that our source is. So continue to take deep breaths here, allowing yourself to simply cultivate your light of love so that the aroma of what you are and what all is can be more tangible. Each and every breath, that love, that warmth, that light becomes more radiant, bright, light. And as you observe your own witnessing, fall in love with that in which you are. The temporary happenings are just the temporary happenings. But the eternal nature to that in which you are is ever present, is always there. It's this light of love that is the ground of our being itself. This love will never leave. This light will never leave. It only is seemingly covered up. But just as the clouds in the sky seemingly cover up the sun, when we rise above them, the skies were always blue and clear, with that light of love always radiating. This is where we begin to detach ourselves from the temporary identity and conditionings, from this physical attachment. For you are not the body, you are the controller of it. That everything observed in this universe, in this reality, is but love manifested into light, varying in its frequency and vibration, but all is in this ether of energy of source itself. So come to recognize that the beingness in which you observe is that of the Creator through your unique window of awareness into the divine. This body is a vehicle, but this body is also a temple. For it is the place in which we can find worship. When we look within, we can come in contact with that divine within and all around. That is the beingness, that is the isness that defines our sense of self. For everything is in the womb of the Creator. This eternal love, this energy that knows no end and no beginning, but simply is. Awaken to your power fully as this spark of the eternal fire, as this ember of the great flame. Take a deep breath here, filling the lower belly up with as much air and prana, as chi of life as you can. Until then, transitioning to filling up the chest. Fill the body up as much as you can with as much light of love as you can. And when you feel that you are at your peak again, take a few more breaths in and simply hold the breath. Continue to marinate and rest in that knowing of your light, of your love, of your very beingness itself. It takes no effort, just simply rest. Pay no attention to what the body needs, it will operate on its own. Continue to shift your attention towards that observer, your own witnessing itself. That beingness in the heart, that love in which is observed. And whenever the body needs to, it will release the breath. And distance yourself from the control of the body itself. Allow it to operate on its own as it always does. And continue to lay witness to that space, that calm, that quiet and peace within you. It matters not if thoughts arise or if thinking is being done. Pay attention to the space in between the happenings. And recognize that you are not in control of that voice as much as we may appear to be. For it too is observed. When you take your next deep breath in, do not envision yourself taking in that light of love from the nose, but from the heart, as if you have a funnel in the front of the chest and the back of your chest. Begin to take these deep breaths from that heart chakra. Envision the energy pulling in and whirlpooling into your body as if it is that action that we see in the ponds and the lakes. And again, using your imagination, envision your body pulling in and swirling in this light. The more that we can stoke this flame of the heart, the more readily and easily we'll be able to observe in this tangible fashion that light around us and within us. For the frequency of all manifestation in this waking state is love. So align your center with the great eternal center, that great central sun in which all rotates around. And come to recognize the power that is this fourth center, this middle point of your body. For the heart truly is the core of the energetic body, of the physical body, and is the throne of the soul for your spiritual body itself. Continue to take deep breaths here from the heart space, and if you don't already, have a big smile on your face. And allow yourself to feel that radiant energy flowing through and around. And as you continue to take deep breaths here from that heart space, know that everything in which you've observed this evening, that these moments of now are of your own creation. And it is not as much of a doing, but rather a letting go, allowing your natural beingness to unfold. Hence the importance of mastering relaxation and calm. So we end the patterns and cycles of self-sabotage and come to marinate in the pureness of our innate being itself. Peeling back the layers by letting go of assumptions. Taking off those jackets of conditionings by realizing that those are learned behaviors and not original unto our very being. And when we use that innate curiosity to tread that path of discernment, we recognize clearly what we're not. So come to appreciate and fully love what you are. Harmonize and realign, recalibrate that compass that is the heart, and allow your intuition to guide you. For you are that unique expression of the divine. And give yourself a moment to simply marinate. And give yourself the chance to naturally fall back into the heart. For our identification and our beingness flows like gravity. When we leave the mind, we come naturally back home to that realm of pure witnessing. Continue to cultivate this light and this recognition of stillness and calm by taking deep breaths. Not controlling the body, but simply observing the energy flow from the tips of the toes to the crown of the skull as you inhale. And as you exhale, so too release the breath in such fashion. Again, draining yourself as the energy drops from the crown back to the toes. Begin to observe the natural rhythm of the body in these deep, long inhalations and exhalations. And take your position back by separating and simply observing the happenings. Don't pay too close attention to the separation, but rather continue to do exactly what brought you to that point. Simply being, simply relaxing. Allowing your focus to be your own witnessing itself, silently, calmly. As you marinate in that stillness, that rest, it's from this ground of silence and nothingness that we begin to observe the fullness, the magic that is our very being itself. So again, fall in love with the innate beingness in which you are. Explore these grounds of empty fullness, of still nothingness. And most importantly, assimilate it into your being in the waking state fully. For such a detached intimacy yields a cinematic experience that cannot be expressed or explained, but merely felt. And it's that dance of that heart, it's that heart smile itself that will guide you. And the more you cultivate that light, the greater the inertia, the greater the force, and the more you will manifest, attract, and guide by simply being your gift to this world in which you always intended to be. So fall in love with your light. Fall in love with yourself. The self that has nothing attached to it but that pure light, that God and Goddess, that star in which you are. And when you hear the next tap of the singing bowl, again, we'll take a deep breath in and chant out and release that powerful divine Om, that proclamation of our own pureness, that declaration of remembrance to the ground of our beingness itself and all that is. Allow yourself to take an exhale here, releasing the body of breath. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you. Extra juicy. I hope you all enjoyed that one. And always very curious to know what you experience during these. I get some nice emails, but don't be bashful in the comments. If you're experiencing dope stuff, let people know. Because really the path inwards is our unique journey. And it's going to look different with everyone. There's always parallels and some similarities, the major events and things like that arise in this inner looking, but everyone gets to experience the divine in their own way, and that's what makes it magical, folks. On brand tonight with, we are equal in that sense of we're all sparks of the fire, the great central sun, the eternal one, creator, God, consciousness, life, the universe. It doesn't matter what you call it. It's this great mystery that we're all exploring together. But the one thing that we all come to realize in this path is that it's all of the same essence. That's what makes it trippy. Because we're all cells of the one. We are all different, yet of the same, And when we get to really come to know our light, our pureness, our beingness, we come to that ground of mutual understanding that the seemingly other just vanishes. Yeah. DMD, my guy. That felt relaxing and reassuring. I like that. That latter word really gets me. And I guess that's just the reassurance of the faith, the trust. That's the beauty of coming to awaken to what we are and what life is in this grand experience, and taking these little nuggets and continuing to pursue them in your own curiosity and questioning is when you get to understand the who am I, you come to understand all that there is. And there's just that little layer of animalistic, egoic fear that just snaps. There becomes a profound trust and faith in everything that happens because it's all the same essence. It's not, life itself isn't against us. You are an expression of life. There's a unification that arises. And although there's still the recognition of sovereignty, your individual beingness, there's an interconnectedness that just never leaves. It's that bridge of the heart that gets established. And when we can come back to that love, that light, that's your path home. It's the torch that lights the way. It's going to guide you back to source. And the funny thing about it is, it's not concepts, it's not practices, it's your own firsthand witnessing and experiencing. There's people like myself where it takes, it took me a few years of really questioning and doing my due diligence in that inner looking, putting my time in to figure things out. But there are those that this stuff happens like that randomly. And because of our society, they have no idea what's going on, and it can break you. if there's still that egoic attachment with it, because the fear becomes prominent, because it's the unknown. But the only thing that you can really explore that you do know is yourself and what you're not. And that's the beauty of this path, is everyone's inner looking is their own, because it's all that game of self. It's like we're all sitting there in a movie theater and we can only watch our own screen. But it's the same movie playing out on everyone's thing, just from our own perspective. So with that, may the fruit of knowledge offer a seed. And in that seed may your love, will, and intuition give life and nourishment, for a tree shall grow. And its shade may you find peace, and offer peace to all whom ask. Namaste. I bow to the divine within you. I love you all so much. Thanks for tapping in. And I hope you enjoyed the satsang. I'll see you all Sunday. And most importantly with this one, whatever peace and calm and relaxation you felt, know that that is the ground of your being. It never leaves you. It's what all the other emotions and things stand and rest upon. And when we allow ourselves to really hold on to that knowing and really take it into our heart, every breath, every slice of now is an opportunity to come back to that. So it doesn't matter what happens in the day, just take a breath and release. Come back to that knowing that this is temporary. Whatever it is that reassures you, back to that recognition. Let it be known to yourself. Yeah. Ooh, juicy, juicy, juicy night, folks. All right, take care. I love you so much. Peace.